around, chipping's going to happen around the green after we miss like an approach shot as we were talking about in there. If you look, today we've got these little orange poles, and you're going to be in between each one of those working on this shot that we're about to discuss. So we have a chip shot. We know that it's close to the green. We've talked about before every shot the importance of fundamentals of setup. So the setup changed for this shot opposed to the pitch and the full swing and the putting that we talked about. Does it change? It does, all right? You're shaking your head, yes. Why does it change? The ball's closer to it. How so? Your feet are closer together. So one of the things that's going to change is we've learned that in a pitch shot and a full swing shot, our feet are about as wide as our shoulders, right? So today we're going to be inside of our shoulders, so we're going to have about a 6-inch gap. If you notice something about my feet, I've got my left foot kind of flared. Does everybody see that? So everybody get into this position with their lower half. Now we're going to be able to get away with a more narrow stance because we're not going to have a whole lot of movement with this. So we talked about putting. What were some elements of putting that we learned? Where does the movement come from? Our shoulders, right? So the chip shot's going to be a blend between the pitch and a putt. So we're going to have this right here pretty much locked in. I'm not going to do a whole lot with my wrist and my arms. I'm going to feel this, but I'm also going to have a little bit of body motion. So everybody kind of just make this motion right here. And that's all we're trying to do. The biggest thing that we see with amateurs or beginning golfers is going to be the use of the wrist. This is going to be your big no-no. So the wrists are going to create inconsistency in the shot that we're trying to make. So the biggest thing is just try to keep your big body parts moving. If you can see my hips and my knees and everything are kind of working in sequence. All right. This isn't a very big swing. We're just trying to make enough contact to get this ball airborne. So in there on the board, we talked about a pitch shot has more air time than roll time, right? So here we're going to have more roll time than air time. So what does that kind of mean? So I'm trying to hit it towards this flag. So we're going to go with this close one right here with the circles around it. Where do I need to land this ball in order to get it close? If I throw it all the way to the hole, what happens? So let's see where that goes. So if I hit this shot all the way to the hole, it goes well beyond, right? So for me with a pitch shot, I'm really trying to look for a location that I'm trying to land this ball, which is going to be about in this zone right here. And it's going to roll out the rest of the way to the hole. All right, so this is kind of where you guys need to work today, is how much strike do we need to have to make that ball get there. So you can see that that even went beyond the hole. All right, so again, it's more narrow in the stance. You're going to flare that left foot. What that flare of the left foot allows you to do is have some rotation on that left heel. All right, so again, it's just your big muscles. Anybody have any questions? All right, so after I want everybody to get 3 balls whenever it's time to go. I want everybody to get to a station. So if you look, everything's not the same. It's not a flat lie. So we have long grass, we have short grass, we have uphill shots, downhill shots. This is what you're going to see on the golf course. A lot of times, we're on the practice tee, everything's flat. It makes everything easy. So the change of the slope is going to mess with a few of us. We'll talk a little bit more about that. So as you get into those locations, again, we're going to have 3 balls. Everybody's going to hit that 3 balls. The whole goal is to get it inside of those circles, all right? Because that means that we're probably going to make the putt. You're going to realize that it's really hard to get the ball inside that circle. So a really skilled player who gets it inside of those circles are probably going to shoot a very low score that day. All right, so everybody go ahead and get 3 balls. And then we'll get to a location, we'll hit our 3 balls, and then we'll kind of move forward from there.